Welcome to another 2v2 on Rzhev Winter. This time it's going to be Silent Musket and Ulrich versus Skabinsk and Alphabeta. And we're actually going to have double Soviets here in the south this time. Special Rifle Command going up for Ulrich versus Mixed Ost here in the north.
Conscripts have arrived.
Or Mixed Axis in, Mixed Axis in the north. Infantry company being produced by Skabinsk. Stern Pioneers moving down straight to the munitions actually, and following up with Kuba Wagon first, whereas Skabinsk is going to be going Grenadiers first. Combat Engineers moving over to the strategic point. These Combat Engineers grabbing the munitions. And we will see Penal Battalion being constructed after a double Combat Engineer start. Meanwhile, it looks like Silent Musket's just going to be getting conscripts for now. Starting out with 3 of them, so probably going to be grabbing Molotovs for these initial engagements. Kuba Wagon getting a little overextended. Going to leave itself a little bit susceptible to a flank here. It's going to be moving the engineers up, forcing the Kuba Wagon to reposition. Fortunately, it can just drive over the sandbags and fence, and it should be able to get to safety, but it's already taking a huge amount of damage. Giving those combat engineers halfway to Vet 1, conscripts about a third of the way to Vet 1 as well, so that was a bit of a mistake by Alphabeta there. Alphabeta is going to push his Kuba Wagon off the field for some time, and he backed all the way up to his Volksgrenadiers when his Stern Pioneers are all the way down here, and if they go in alone, then they may be forced to retreat instead of being able to repair the Kubel. Not sure what he's thinking there. Now he will be moving the Kuba Wagon up to get some repairs. Okay. Still, if he repairs so close to the front lines, he may get caught out of position by Silent Musket here.
This will stop a few bullets. Lines planted. Now we wait.
Or not. Ulrich's combat engineers taking a position behind these sandbags, firing on Volksgrenadiers in the open. Combat engineers are actually not that bad in ideal circumstances like that. They may actually be able to do okay. One Volksgrenadier does get taken out on his charge. Yeah, I think the combat engineers could win this. Oh, especially if this happens. Ulrich moving up with Penals in a scout car. The Penals themselves are halfway done, upgrading with a flamethrower. Not entirely sure that these Volksgrenadiers are going to get away. Doesn't look too good. Oh, but he stopped. Flamethrower is firing. There he goes. Full squad of Volksgrenadiers down, circling around now to grab the Kuba Wagon, I think. Yep. Kuba Wagon's not going to stand a chance, especially at close range. Oh, he messed up though. Wow. Just got outmaneuvered. Can't believe he let that Kuba Wagon get away. He was so close to taking that out. Still, he got a full Volksgrenadier squad, forced retreat there, did a ton of damage to a Kuba Wagon. Definitely a win for him. Meanwhile, it looks like Silent Musket moving up on toward the center with a bunch of conscripts. He has one squad of conscripts here, defending. They should be able to win against these Stern Pioneers charging across open ground.
We are losing supplies to the enemy.
One model dropped. Yeah, should be fine. Yeah, they'll definitely win this. I think. They need to, like, reposition closer to the cover, though. What is he doing? Okay, now he's losing. Wow. I think that he would have won that if he had just been watching and positioned himself in cover a little bit better.
Red Army, at your service.
Meanwhile, he is taking the munitions here in the middle, throwing up tier 2, and going with double Maxims. We'll also note that Ulrich is throwing up 2 fuel caches already. Continuing to wreak havoc with his scout car, although he needs to be careful of those Grenadiers. Gets caught on the ice a little bit, has to reposition, and he's backing up straight into another squad. I think that's a dead scout car. I don't know if there will be any maneuvering out of this situation. evacuate his penal battalion just in time. That Grenadier squad is forced to retreat. This one probably will be as well.
Heavy machine gun team prepared for combat.
Looks like those penals are going to catch this fuel cache, though. He may be considering throwing a satchel. Yep, there he goes. And that will destroy that. And more fuel caches going up here for the Soviets. Munitions falling back into Axis hands, though.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
But Ulrich will be able to cut off their fuel here.
Fresh Guards troops are standing by. Capture.
Penals probably won't be able to fend off this assault. There they go. More Grenadiers with LMGs moving up to support as well. Meanwhile, here on the left, there's the wagon defending. Volksgrenadiers circling around. And it looks like the Soviets are planning on just bringing in a ton of armor. 3 fuel caches getting constructed. Ulrich has already chosen guard mortar coordination. Silent Musket has chosen mechanized support. So yeah, definitely planning on a lot of vehicles. And I'm not sure if Silent Musket is planning on taking up. Let's see.
Muskets can now attack tanks with AT grenades. I think Petrov is growing, but it is done. Guard troops ready for action.
That was not good for Ulrich. He just lost 2 full squads, and he gave the opponent a DP. Putting that on Panzer Fusiliers, no less. Definitely waited too long to retreat there.
We are awaiting orders.
More guards hitting the field, and the Allies really need to think about how they're going to push away this massive Grenwald.
Guard rifle infantry squads can now be called to
Maxim firing on some Volksgrenadiers over here. Panzer Fusiliers moving around to flank. Boom, moving around to harass. Conscripts rowing up to the front line, trying to get an AC grenade off, but they don't make it up in time. Maxim is being brought down to 3 men. Volksgrenadiers fall way too low. It's way too late to retreat those. Panzer Fusiliers are retreating. They should be fine, but a huge force of infantry is moving up from the right side. And Ulrich is nowhere nearby to support. Silent Musket pretty much all on his own. Which is not surprising since Ulrich lost 2 full squads and spent 600 more manpower on fuel caches. He does have a heavy mortar. Not really in range to fire it. The Maxim does go down. Those conscripts are probably also not going to make it home. Wow. Amazingly, he does round the corner. Fuel cache getting taken out.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
And these forces were pretty much just sitting AFK during that entire engagement. He probably could have moved them over to support. Now they're quite overextended and cut off from their base sector, and I'm not sure that they'll be able to retreat safely should these forces choose to rotate over there. The Penal Battalion does force a retreat from these not sure it was really necessary for him to retreat, but I guess he decided that he'd rather heal up and play it safe,
Water team has arrived.
reinforce, than just try and brute force those battalions out of that house. And we actually have a field medical supplies being used by these grenadiers. That's a really underused ability. I almost never see that. It's a vet ability. 20 munitions for healing. It's not bad. Fuel cache is going up here from the Auster player. That'll help bolster Axis fuel income, which is now at 38 actually for Skabinsk, only 26 of course for the Oberkommando player, who did go mechanized regiment. We've seen his Puma. The second SWS is on the field, so maybe thinking about getting a Schwer Panzer HQ.
Crew, stand ready.
Not sure where he's planning to put it though. Some harassment happening over here by Ulrich, trying to take away the enemy's fuel, and we will also see a T-34-76 hitting the field, so he's going to try and bridge the gap between now and his T-34-85s with this T-34-76, and hopefully he'll be able to accomplish something with it. Finally, the Grenadiers doing counter the forces on the left. They're getting suppressed by that Maxim, and a wave of conscripts is catching them. Oh! The machine gun upgrade on that bunker didn't complete in time to stop that Grenadier squad from going down completely. Guards in position on this wall, taking shots at the Puma, dealing nice damage to the CGRSs. And this T-34 is moving up to try and take shots on that Puma as well. But he decides that that SWS is a juicier target and rotates back south. I'm not sure what that SWS was thinking. Could possibly have been considering setting up a Schwer HQ on this sector. There's no way they could hold such an aggressive defense. Bunker getting taken out. PTRS shots are doing massive damage to that Puma. What is he thinking? Just to get out of there. He's taken out.
Troops are standing by. Vehicles can be marked and targeted.
Well, that is not good. Oh my, what was that? What just happened there? I missed it. A vehicle of some kind just died, though. I'm not sure what that was. You could rewind the video and you'll probably catch it just as it's sinking into the water. But I'm not sure what just happened.
T-34, crude, loaded and ready. Infantry shooting at us! Guard rifle infantry squad.
Pioneers moving up to try and force away those combat engines, but at 3 they're a little bit too much for that pilot squad to handle.
Guards reporting. Capture complete.
I guess it was either a Panzer IV or an Ostwind.
The new Grenadier squad is ready.
It was some kind of tier 3 vehicle. Whatever it was, that definitely hurts. To lose that to a combat engineer squad on ice. This map is so ridiculous.
Pioneers awaiting orders.
Oh, devastating grenade by those Panzer Fusiliers. Come on, Ulrich, pay attention.
Enemy troops.
Finally, he runs away, giving a PTRS to those Fusiliers, though.
New units are ready to deploy. Our MG-42s have arrived.
Opel Blitz hitting the field, so that will be assault support tactics chosen by Skabinsk. So he will be holding out for a Tiger in the near future, I suspect.
Cargo trucks are now available. Requisition 1 to aid in resource production.
Mortar getting set up here to defend the middle. Some defenses being constructed by these infantry. Soviets playing very passively, not even pushing up to take undefended territory. Just sort of holding the VP and the fuel. Which can make for a pretty long game. Ooh, grenade goes off on those penal battalions. Fortunately, they will make it away without taking too many model losses. Only one down, so they should be able to heal up and be fine. Not too much manpower bleed.
A supply vehicle can now be called in to boost resource production.
Ooh, heavy mortar inflicting really heavy losses on these anti-fusiliers, though. It's going to get caught out of position here, though, by this squad. Grenadiers taking heavy damage, being forced to retreat. The guards, oh, sustain a pretty nasty grenade, though. They have to run away. The Maxim is suppressing these grenadiers. More grenades being lobbed. Only 3 guards remaining. Not sure that they're going to be able to fend off even those pilots at this point. They just have to retreat. And Maxim will probably be soon to follow. Although the mortar fire is helping. Still, he does have to retreat. He's not going to be able to win. It's just a Maxim, especially not with the Kugelwagen moving up to support. But the Grenadiers and Pioneers will be retreating anyway because they're taking quite a bit of damage. Field gun takes out the Kugelwagen. And Common Engineers move up to cap. Second T-34 also hitting the field, so he's actually not going to be investing particularly hard in 85s. Instead, he's going to grab 2 T-34s. He does have the command points for 85s, but I guess he didn't think that it was worth trying to hold out for that much fuel. He needed a second tank. Penal's dealing pretty decent damage to those Sturmpyos. Grabbing some territory back. There is an Opel Blitz set up on this fuel point, as well as a Schwer Panzer HQ defending. Guards getting set up over here, but they're going to be forced to retreat by a Sturmoffizier and Fusiliers. But the T-34s are moving up the right side to apply pressure. In fact, I think they could take out that Schwer Panzer HQ. Ooh, Sturmpyro squad goes down. That being said, I don't think the Soviet players know about it. I don't think they know it's over there yet. Although this penal battalion's about to find it if they try and capture that fuel. Panther hitting the field. That should be a pretty reasonable counter to the enemy T-34 76s. Especially since T-34 85s are going to take quite some time to arrive. But if we take a look at Silent Musket, we will see that he's actually still got 3 command points to go before he gets the ISU 3 and a sliver. He's also 2 minutes away as far as fuel, several minutes away as far as manpower. Wow, Ulrich is just way ahead of him in command points. Yeah, he has double his teammates' kills. Silent Musket moving his tank over there to fight that. No. With the Panther so nearby, I guess and they feel a little bit timid. I think 3 T-34s would probably be enough, though, to take that out. And maybe even get the Panther 2 with marked vehicle. Not sure why they're being so timid. 2 heavy mortars are moving up. Meanwhile, on the left, pretty heavy assault coming in from these Grenadiers. Rifle grenade goes off. And Maxim will get taken out. heavy mortars firing on the Schwerer Panzer HQ. I really think that those T-34s could have gone in on it a little harder earlier. Now he's just kind of sitting here tanking Panther fire. What's he doing? Retreat! Oh jeez. Up to that one.
We are suffering vehicle losses.
Now that Panther just maneuvered onto ice though. T-30, another T-34 will make it away. Meanwhile, here on the left, this T-34 is fighting some Axis infantry.
Blizzard conditions are imminent.
There's a pack set up in position to fire on these T-34s should they get into the arc of fire. Some charges these grenadiers and will get engine damaged. I think those guards might be too wounded for this engagement. What's he doing? Oh, there they go. Meanwhile, he has another force of infantry flanking up around the north. So that's good. And this T-34 will actually get to safety. You know, battalion. I don't know. He's going to need to use grenades to win this engagement, I think. Rifle grenade connects to those guards quite nicely, and they're not going to be able to win this. They will be forced to retreat by those LMGs. It's just too much damage. And he's also keeps going into this engagement in this staggered way, one squad at a time. It's not working.
We are losing men.
And he has 250 munitions with which he could have been throwing grenades this whole time.
Enemy forces are attacking.
His opponent certainly isn't shy about using grenades at all. He doesn't retreat this squad, it could go down too. There it goes.
Supply lines have been
T-34 is getting some repairs on their engines here. Fortunately, he hasn't lost any tanks yet, although his teammate lost one. And now, for some reason, Alphabeta is getting ridiculously overly aggressive at the Allied base. Not sure what he's thinking. Panther actually sustaining some hits to his frontal armor. Looks like it's going to try to blitz to safety. It should be fine. Look at that speed. There's absolutely no way anything's catching up with that. Allies are getting a little trapped in their half of the map here. They really need to take some territory back here. I guess he could use secure mode there. Infantry falling back to reinforce. Meanwhile, looks like 33rd or Silent Musket is going to make another push to the left side, reconstructing this fuel cache. There's a Tiger over here now, though. More bunkers going up as well. He's got a pretty big force of guards moving up from the south. I don't know if he's going to be able to take on this Tiger, though.
Blizzard is passing.
Pino's taking heavy damage. I'm not sure they're gonna. Nope, there they go. Guards in a more conservative position. They did manage to clear the pack, at least, so that's something. There's a field gun moving up as well, in addition to another T-34. Still, I'm not sure if it's enough to take on a Tiger. One squad of guards being forced to retreat. Second squad of guards buttons the Tiger, but with all of these grenadiers moving up to fire on them, they will be forced away. Bombing run getting called in on the on the Tiger. It could connect. Oh, there it goes. Perfect bombing run getting called in on the corner of the map, so it arrived super quickly. That Tiger couldn't maneuver out of the blast in time, and Ulrich's 3 T-34s clean up the rest of the grenadiers. They're actually going in hard on that retreating stuff. And these are actually T-34-85s, so she's finally got the fuel to call in. Probably gonna finish off those retreating grenadiers. Taking shots on this pack, which is rather out of position as well. Yep, he's definitely going in hard, charging the base. Tiger Den is dead, there's not much that can stop him. And there go those grenadiers.
We have lost a machine gun crew.
Probably also going to get that SWS.
Our
Or not.
territory is falling
Okay.
into enemy hands.
He was on his way out of the base, but there's a Panther here to meet him, as well as this pack. Pack gets cleared. Panther circling around behind. Could activate Blitz if they needed to catch up, but it seems to be okay. More infantry being forced to retreat by Silent Musket's tanks through center. Panther continues its chase. These T-34s actually take out a open Blitz though. He circles around the house up onto this dock thing. Still pretty out of position though. Panther lands one more shot, heading in Bet 2. The other 2 tanks are long gone, making it back to the Soviet base. And I don't think there will be any survival or escape for this T-34. There it goes. Panzer Grenadiers charging into vetted guards with DPs, stand no chance. Silent Musket's T-34s moving up to the front lines. These are just T-34-76s, but he has called in an ISU-152 here. He's got 1 kill. Ooh, and there's actually a Yag Tiger on the field, but considering the heavy losses that have already been inflicted on the Axis, it's not very well supported. Fortunately, there is a Panther here to support it, so that's something. Bombing run actually getting called in on the Yag Tiger while it's rotating. He's going to try and block its pathing with these T-34s. The plane is about to arrive. Oh, massive damage on the Yag Tiger, and this T-34 is perfectly positioned behind it. Oh, and the Yag Tiger gets taken out. That was terrible Yag Tiger maneuvering right there. As soon as he saw that red smoke, he should have been trying to get clear instead of trying to rotate like that. Looks like Silent Musket is going to be trading 2 T-34s for Yag Tiger, which I think is a pretty good trade for the Soviets, leaving the Axis with nothing but this Panther. And there are 2 T-34-85s on their way to try and take it out. It's marked in at half health, and doesn't have that much room to run. Although I guess that's not true. It can pretty much fight all day. If I wanted to. Oh, it's gonna get in close though. 4 shot penetrates the frontal armor. Bounce. Connects. Oh, they keep penetrating the frontal armor. I think that Panther's gonna go down. Blitzing to safety at maximum speed along the road here. T-34s will give up the chase. Circle back around. I think the Kettenwerfer might take this one out. Yep, there it goes. Stern Pioneers will be able to get some repairs up on this Panther, and the Panther can be one of the most difficult tanks to take out because of its incredible speed and armor. Still, it's an ISU-152 moving up on the base. Shots to the bunker here. Even Even the top machine gun is like too much for this half track and it gets taken out. Some infantry forces making their way back towards the munitions point. Things have definitely taken a turn for the worse for the Axis. Not able to contend with these masked T-34s. ISU 152 firing.
Weapon call back to fighting strike. Taking effective fire! Go back to combat
It
strike.
may prove a little too much for that ISU to handle. So it is repositioning. Oh, nice grenade.
Combat promotion. Work completed.
They will be able to get clear, fortunately, the T-34 and ISU screening. Meanwhile, over here, not sure what those conscripts are thinking.
Report and infantry unit lost.
So much for those guys. Oh. Target weak point goes off on that T-34. Oh, with 2 shots consecutively miss. Maybe we'll get clear.
Panzer Fusiliers reporting
ISU
for action.
152 is being forced to be pretty conservative here because there's not much to support it right now. He had to retreat all of his infantry, reinforce.
Regimental headquarters advise. Panzer Fusiliers are ready for action. Point secure. Maintains its position. Blizzard imminent.
Ulrich actually doesn't have anything other than this T-34-76 right now. It is Vet 3. But he will have enough to bring in another call-in very soon. So I think, other than the ISU 152, this Panther does have quite an advantage. But only for about another minute or so. The Tiger is hitting the field from Skabinsk. I almost feel like the Tiger might not be a very good call against ISU 152s. Taking medium armor might have been a better decision. But in conjunction with his teammate's Panther, maybe it'll be fine.
Blizzard conditions are now in effect.
Pack hits Vet 3 and its rate of fire is now just insane.
T-34 ready for combat.
Mines going down here in this road could be a good decision considering the Panther keeps hovering over here for some reason instead of supporting engagements in the middle or left.
Structure complete. We are awaiting orders.
New column of T-34-85s is probably going to give Ulrich armor dominance once again. Still repairing his T-34-76 though and moving infantry up to support. It's going to come down to probably another decisive engagement between this Panther and these 85s. Panther continues to be not that well supported over on the right side, although there are Fusiliers and a Raket Morpher moving up.
We built it as ordered. The enemy is reduced to 200 points.
Tiger makes its entrance. T-34 will be forced away.
85 tanks are now ready for use.
That Panther's
Use them to
dangerously
crush
close
the
to hitting
Huns.
those mines. If it does, I don't know if it will be able to survive an
Going to
assault by
pave
these
the way to
tanks.
Berlin with the frozen supply sector under
Kenworth will
attack.
hit some mines there. Moving up, Panther's not advancing.
Why are they shooting at us?
T-34 under attack.
We can't be provoted.
These infantry just getting torn to shreds by those guards and mortars. Panther will not advance across the mines because the engagement was not going in his favor and he's being forced to pull back.
Blizzard is passing. Normal weather is returning.
Oh, jeez. That hurt. The ISU can sight for itself thanks to that binocular upgrade or whatever.
Enemy infantry down.
Oh, what is that Tiger doing? It just ran over a mine. To a field gun and an ISU.
Conditions clear.
I don't think that bomb run is even necessary. This thing's dead regardless.
Under your command, the inefficient use of state resources.
Unless he doesn't chase. Not sure what he's thinking. He's taken engine damage and his main gun is destroyed. He could kill this with anything. T-34 could kill this.
Warning!
There it goes.
Your troops are freezing to death.
Meanwhile, Ulrich is circling around behind with T-34s here. Probably clearing out all remaining defenses. It looks like he's going to rush the base again, forcing the Panther to respond once again. And it's going to hit Vet 3 as soon as it
If they freeze to
lands
death,
like
they
one more
cannot
hit.
die fighting the enemy. That machine gun is dead! My Musket!
T-34s wreaking havoc, just killing everything. More T-34s being produced over here by Silent Musket as well. Not really much to defend against them now that the Panthers been forced to respond in the headquarters.
Soviets. How can they be freezing? Have you not planned for winter? Guards troops ready for action.
Stern Pioneers getting taken out. Panzer Fusiliers don't have much of a defense either. These T-34-85s did reposition out of the base, away from the Panther. I think with marked vehicle they could probably overwhelm it, especially with support over here. 5 T-34s is way too much for one Panther to take on. He's moving up, gets a shot on that rear armor.
Guard rifle infantry squads are now available.
These T-34s are running away while these T-34s are pushing. And I'm really kind of surprised that no effort has been made, to rush that Panther. But now that there's a Yag Tiger and a new Tiger on the field, that's a lot of heavy armor for these T-34s to deal with. And if they had taken this Panther out earlier, oh no! Oh, the two shots collided with
One of our vehicles.
the two opposing tanks, and the AoE damage was too much, and they both sank in the ice.
T-34 reporting.
And ice definitely favors the person with more tanks on this map, but there is a Yag Tiger moving up to replace the Panther, which is going to be their solution for this ISU-152, which hasn't really been participating all that much in these engagements for some reason, just kind of sitting it here in the back. Grenade going out. Pretty good one. Wipe that squad. Bundled grenade going out too.
Enemy armor firing
And
on
both forced to retreat.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
There are mines all over this ice.
Guard squad
If a tank is foolish enough to try and cross the lake,
Now we wait.
it's not going to go very well for it.
have fallen to 300.
Oh, gee.
Marking and targeting of vehicles is now available.
Yak Tiger is making its way forward to counter the ISU. That shot connects, dealing massive damage. Strafing run comes in to suppress the mortars, of all things. And the Fusiliers will be forced away anyway. T-34-85s are still getting repaired here in the base. I really do think that the Axis have had ample opportunity to destroy this and take back some territory here on the right, but they just keep on rushing the center and even the enemy at HQ. New Opel Blitz being produced.
Germans on the attack!
Guards will be able to take control of the north victory point, but the center one is being contested now by these pioneers.
The territory is in our hands.
With Tiger supporting the ISU, who's been a little bit too timid to try and push back this assault. The mortars are moving back up to fire on these units, though. Meanwhile, on the left, there's a T-34 with a damaged engine. Oh, those Panzer Grenadiers! Oh, fortunately, that grenade is a little off target. They were so close. Still, they'll be forced to retreat by too much infantry. Field gun's about to get cleared, though. Ooh, the ISU wipes out the Maxim before that happens. Over's also getting taken down by these guards. I think the guards will win out of that 3. So they should be able to hold on to that victory point. Try to run out the clock here.
We built it as ordered.
More mines going down. There's just mines everywhere.
HMG firing on us! We are ready!
Mines halted!
Lone guard trying to take control of the central victory point. Oh, it doesn't work. Finally, it looks like Ulrich is making a push for the right side fuel, taking out the Schwerer Panzer HQ. His tanks, there's absolutely nothing to stop him. That the Opel Blitz will probably be soon to follow. Rifle grenade goes off on those guards, but it's not really enough to convince them to retreat. Tiger moving its way forward, but it's a little unsupported. Strafe getting called in on the mortars again. ISU firing on the Tiger, though, does pretty respectable damage. Tiger's actually trying to destroy that. There goes T-34 is charging it, though. Spotting for the ISU. The Ag Tiger's actually poking its out onto the ice a little bit. Oh geez, those T-34s are continuing their rampage through the area though, and the Ag Tiger's so out of position. At least it got off the ice, but I don't think it can take 4 T-34s. SWS half-track goes down. The Ag Tiger has rotated. There's actually 2 Tigers in the area to support. I think it might prove to be too much. Marked vehicle goes up on the Ag Tiger, and it's trying to reposition out of a bombing run. I think it will be able to get clear. does get cleared just barely, but it's exposing its rear armor to all these T-34s, and the Tigers are just providing too much supporting fire. Still, the Ag Tiger does go down. T-34s are trying to round the corner now. They do circle around behind the heavily wounded Tiger. Oh, and the ISU has moved up to support and lands a shot on the healthy Tiger. Still, the T-34s have fallen so low, and that Tiger will survive with just a hair of HP left. Still, this one has its rear armor exposed to the ISU, and as soon as the fourth T-34 goes down, does not manage to get a shot in. Both of those Tigers look like they're going to get away clean. So they were sufficient to stop that onslaught of T-34s, just barely.
The sector is at risk. We have nearly won.
Still, the Axis lane now has only 20 points remaining. They need to make a desperate mad dash for VPs. Unfortunately, those Grenadiers were able to overwhelm the guards defending Kier. The attempt for the center just failed low because the ISU just blasted whoever was trying to take it, and it's up to 40 kills. Obersoldaten trying to grab the left side, but I don't think that they're going to be able to with that T-34 defending either.
Target
3 points
vehicle marking
remaining.
available.
1 point remaining. And the clock will get stopped with 1 point remaining. Common Engineers going to cap though.
Guard rifle infantry squads can now be called to fight for the motherland. We are losing supplies to the enemy.
Our DPs have arrived.
And that's going to conclude the game. That was a fun game. That had a lot of intense medium tank battles, rushing all over the map, making good use of the roads. Certainly fun to watch and cast. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, feel free to send me replays of your own. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching. That's it.